rival television broadcast. Asia is home to millions of Beck's most fanatical, but more to the point, free-spending fans. This was the main reason for the trip. Beckham! While in Thailand, the Beckhams, with only a handful of people in the know, were discreetly whisked away to the exclusive Chwa Som, a luxurious spa, to shoot a TV commercial. Along the way, Beckham stopped his police motorcade to make a Y, or clasped hand greeting, at some roadside shrines. The Y is used by the Thais as a greeting and farewell, but also to pay respect to Buddha. Beckham's gesture was said to be an indication of his respect for the beliefs and cultures of all people, rather than an indication of his own spiritual beliefs. Either way, it earned him a bucket load of good karma. And in Bangkok, thousands of screaming fans packed into the Highmark football stadium in the scorching heat to see the 28-year-old Beckham led in by a team of drum majorettes. He then performed some of his trademark tricks to rapturous applause. And within minutes was bending free kicks into the net. In Hanoi, fans waited at the military stadium in excited anticipation at the chance to see the star in action. Beckham is revered by the Vietnamese, not only for his football and good looks, but because he is seen as a good family man. Whenever he travels around the globe, Becks loves meeting children, and it's no doubt a two-way relationship.
To see the people and the kids, and to see little kids that are just 1 year old and they've got their hair like me, it's pretty amazing. So it's nice to see, and we all enjoy it.
In China, where he's known as Little Bay, meaning Little Beck, some fans weren't happy about his move to Spain, but they soon transferred their allegiance and now support Real with the same fervour as they followed Manchester United. As they returned back home from their new home in Spain, fans and police came out in force to see Becks performing best man duties at a friend's wedding. That Beckham is popular, there is no doubt. A video game has digitised Becks playing a leading role. People imitate his fashion, copy his hairstyles, and follow his every move thanks to the media. People know there is more to this footballer than just his football. There's something about David Beckham that they just can't get enough of. The paparazzi and media buzz around the Beckhams are like bees at a honeypot, especially David. And it doesn't matter which country they're in, the inevitable throng of media and fans wait impatiently to capture that money shot or the thrill of a personal autograph. When the Beckhams were reunited inside this French mountain chalet for the night, following the affair revelations, they were under siege from the media. As Britain's most photographed showbiz couple, however, they knew what to do. They called for reinforcements. First on deck were the two private ski instructors. There would be no public ski school for the Beckhams boys. Then the local gendarmerie and a private security firm were brought in to deal with the over-eager cameras.
We want cooperation, we want to get the job done.
Other holidaymakers looked on in fascination at the media circus. All of Victoria's family, including the youngest children, had arrived to support her. David and Victoria got into their car behind closed doors and were whisked away in a convoy of darkened windows.
David, are you talking to Chelsea?
It was a tense time for the Beckhams, with the media crossing boundaries and forgetting their manners. They were sometimes a little too close for comfort.
We just leave it at that. Okay, all right. Thank you. All right.
I've been called a bad father, I've been called a bad husband, and my wife's been called a bad mother.
It was at this time that David took the uncharacteristic step for him and banned certain media outlets.
As I said, things always hurt that are said about my family, and for people to call my wife a bad mother, is unbelievable.
In an unprecedented move, the normally media-friendly David Beckham snapped.
And I think the way the news side have treated me in the last few months has been an absolute disgrace.
He decided to ban some media outlets, stressing that although he knew his media responsibilities at the time as captain of England, he'd had enough.
I know as England captain that, I am obligated and I need to talk to the fans, and that's why I'm here.
He felt that at this rocky time in his personal life, he should only be required to respond to the media about sport. Anything else was his and Victoria's own business.
The things that have always been said about me has never affected my football, and that's the way it'll always be.
Es un muchacho, it's a boy. In a Madrid hospital, bathed in beautiful Spanish sunshine, Victoria gave birth to a third son. They named him Cruz David. Beaming with pride, David Beckham announced his arrival to the cameras.
Gorgeous little boy, he's a healthy little boy, and his mummy is very, very good, so we're a very happy family.
Is he going to play for Spain or England, David? That's what we want to know.
Well, he was born here, but we'll see. England will be the preference, but you never know.
From one exhilarating press conference to another, Beckham limped towards this much tougher one. In front of the microphones, he fought to keep his emotions under control, grasping onto the scraps of paper torn from a notebook that explained his feelings of shock and pain of defeat.
If you bear with me, because I wrote this late last night, and on November 15th, 2000, Peter Taylor gave me the greatest honour of my career in making me captain of England and fulfilling my childhood dream. Now, almost 6 years later, having been captain for 58 of my 95 caps, I feel the time is right to pass on the armband as we enter in a new era under Steve McLaren. This decision has been the most difficult of my career to date. But after discussing it with my family and the closest to me, I feel the time is right. Finally, I have lived the dream. I am extremely proud to have worn the armband and been captain of England, and for that I will always be grateful. Thank you very much.
Fighting back tears, Beckham left the England captaincy with a feeling of devastation and disappointment. Celebrity has its upside, downside, and sometimes incredibly weird side, with fans wanting to idolise, idealise, and even immortalise the object of their affection. This 3-metre-high chocolate David Beckham in Tokyo may not last long enough to be immortal, but it's a delicious tribute. Meanwhile, at a temple in Bangkok, a golden statue of Beckham stands among all the other Buddhas, revealing just how much the Thais idolise him. And of course, in the UK, at Madame Tussauds Waxworks Museum, Beckham is idolised in a lifelike replica. It is even modified each time David changes his appearance. And across the Atlantic, Madame Tussauds is immortalised by David and Victoria alongside another well-known trendsetter. In real life, Beckham shakes hands with royalty of the traditional kind, as well as popular royalty like Nelson Mandela.
Oh, very good.
From national leaders to fans of all ages with no claim to fame, David Beckham, of humble Leytonstone origins, treats everyone as equal. His love for all children is truly genuine and it's mutual. He lives a healthy life and isn't attracted to the drinking and drug-taking of many in the public limelight. He has a wide-eyed innocence, which gives him the appearance of an ever-youthful Peter Pan. Some say he's never grown up, but perhaps his seeming immaturity and ability to relate with young people is a result of finding more honesty in them than those adults he's met in the cutthroat world of sport and commerce. Tiny cheerleaders dressed in the English flag of St George chanted and sang as the English players were welcomed to their school in Japan during the World Cup. Beckham presented a signed English jersey to one of the lucky schoolgirls and then couldn't resist stealing a kiss. As the players left, waving to the children, their young fans chanted in salute to their idol.
Beckham, 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 Beckham.
Such is Beckham's love for children. He has joined world leaders in making television pledges supporting children's rights as part of a UNICEF campaign.
Well, I first became involved with UNICEF about 5 or 6 years ago when I was with Manchester United on tour in Asia, and I went to one shelter where there was boys, girls, and mostly mothers there, where the children had been either on the streets, prostitution, and you know, it was a totally an eye-opener for me.
When he talks about children, the humanitarian footballer's heart is truly worn on his sleeve.
I believe that children everywhere should be free to grow up in health, peace and dignity.
Exhibiting natural charm and patience, when asked by this Japanese lad, how much do you have to practice, the answer is positive and affirming.
When I was your size and your age, I loved playing football. I practiced playing football every day. It was the most important thing in my life, and I worked very hard. So if you work very hard, then you can reach any height and any level you want to.